30 years ago, a sea of black men stood shoulder to shoulder on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. to attend the Million Man March. Fathers, sons, uncles, brothers, ordinary men who believed in something extraordinary, the power of unity, responsibility, and love for community. The Million Man March was never just a day. It was a sea of voices lifted in one rhythm. It was a call to stand taller, to live fuller, to commit deeper to one another. The Million Man March was more than a gathering. It was a movement, a living promise etched into the streets of Washington, D.C. and beyond. A promise that we would rise, a promise that we would heal, a promise that we would tell the truth about our lives and carry that truth forward to the next generation. And now, 30 years later, we gather again, not on the mall, but in our schools, our neighborhoods, our cities. Because the Million Man March was never just a chapter in history. It lived in us, in the way we honored the footsteps that came before, in the way we sought atonement for our failures, atonement in our accountability, atonement through our healing. The march ended, but the work continued. The stories continued. And now, 30 years later, 6 of those powerful voices take the stage to remind us that the spirit of the Million Man March still lives. They will share their truth and carry forward the spirit of the Million Man March with courage, with love, and with no apologies. This is 30 years later, a love letter to the Million Man March, presented by The Shortcut Show and directed by Mark Laveau. Friday, October 17th, 2025. At 7 p.m. at Coppin State University in the James Weldon Johnson Auditorium. The show is co-sponsored by Coppin State University's Department of Social Work, the Dorothy Height Center for the Advancement of Social Justice, and the National Association of Black Social Workers.